why don't we jump to some TV talk? You know, the Emmy nominations are coming up this Thursday. We'll be dropping this pod either Tuesday or Wednesday. So if you're listening to this before, this will either be predictions, or if you're listening to it after, it'll be what we had hoped happened, and you can check our calls on this. So why don't we just run through the big categories too? Because I mean, I don't think anyone really cares too much about the writing and directing pieces unless there's something in particular you really want to shout out. Sound good?
Yeah. Well, again, once we hear the nominations, we'll check back in and we'll actually do predictions, you know, in early September when the show actually happens. We just kind of wanted to throw out things we were hoping to see when they announce the nominations in a few days.
Yeah, crazy. We're already getting nominations. It feels totally impossible that award season is around the corner somehow. All right. Why don't we start with supporting actor in a drama series? Who you got? Anyone that stands out to you? I think this is going to be a lot of Thrones, probably. Handmaid's Tale, maybe.
Yeah. I mean, well, there's not going to pick a man from Handmaids, but I don't know. The thing with supporting actor is I'm actually really big on this category because I feel like Sterling K. Brown and Vilo Ventimiglia from This Is Us will get nominated. Sterling K. Brown won last year. I don't watch This Is Us. Are you still up on it? So yeah, I don't really follow this one as much because I feel like Sterling's going to win again.
I am kind of up on it. Yeah, I think I watched the majority of the past season, and if I didn't watch it all, I've been told about it by my girlfriend what's going on. So yeah, I think this is a lock probably for Sterling K. Brown, but it's kind of crazy that he's not going to be nominated for the lead supporting. You don't think he'll be nominated for the lead actor in a drama series?
Oh yeah, no, he would be a lead supporting. Yeah. So supporting, actually, the category, the guy I'm rooting for, I don't think is supporting actor. I think he's a co-lead, but Brian Tyree Henry from Atlanta.
How
and then again, they probably have him in comedy, so I don't know, but Atlanta and Barry, to me, I feel like are they're dramedies. Like they're probably in comedy categories because it's easy for them to win, but I would call them dramas. But whatever, Henry probably won't even be there. But I don't know. Who do you have for supporting actor in drama then? Because I feel like it's kind of weaker.
Well, it's interesting because this year we got Westworld and Game of Thrones going up against each other, right? So then it kind of becomes like, who's a supporting actor in Thrones? Who's a supporting actor in Westworld? I mean, Hopkins is probably going to be nominated for Westworld. Jeffrey Wright would be in the lead, I would imagine, because he's in most of the gets most of their time. I mean, it's hard.
It all depends on how they apply for the award. We're usually not privy to that until after the fact.
Yeah, I think if anything, I'd probably go for David Harbour. For Stranger Things, even though Stranger Things had a down season, I still think he was really solid. And it's almost kind of like giving him a little shout out for being a breakout from the first Stranger Things season in a way. I think he's been really solid. I mean, no one else really totally stands out to me. Maybe Noah Emmerich from The Americans,
Sure. I think that's actually a good bet. Last season, they've been getting more nominations as the show has gone on, even though they haven't really won anything. It wouldn't happen, but I love to see Christian Slater for Mr. Robot.
Yeah. I wonder if Franco, I mean, I know that's going to be the obviously like a shortened or a mini series, but I wonder if he'll get a nomination for a leading role or a supporting role. Probably a leading
for The Deuce.
Yeah, for The Deuce.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like even like Donald Glover will be nominated for lead comedy actor, but he's not in every episode.
Right.
And like I said, he's not. If anything, I think Brian Tyree Henry's in more of the season, but just the way they build it, the way they apply for the award. So category fraud.
Yeah, and I almost feel like there's no Veep this year, which helps in a lot of like the writing categories and even some of like the supporting actor in a comedy. But I feel like a lot of those you pretty much know who's going to be there. A lot of Barry, there's going to be a lot of Atlanta, pretty much for everything. And then I don't know, maybe Arrested Development, but I can't really imagine with
and that's another thing too with their Jeffrey Tambor stuff, and also kind of a muted reception to the 5th season. Will Jason Bateman maybe sneak in there? I don't think Will Arnett or Tony Hale have as much steam. Maybe Bateman, Jessica Walter on the female end. That's kind of a fringe show where you don't really know, because you'd think in theory Arrested Development coming back yet again, hopefully a better season, way more known now than it ever was before. this is their time to get some Emmy attention. But I don't think it's in the cards. But comedy supporting actor, I think, is fucking stacked. Like, there's gonna be good actors not nominated. Like Brian Tyree Henry, as we said, Henry Winkler from Barry should be there. Tony Shalhoub from Marvelous Mrs. Maisel, I'm pretty sure, is there. Maisel cleaned up at the Globes, should do really well at the Emmys. Mark Maron from Glow, good chance. Alec Baldwin from SNL probably will be there. Lakeith Stanfield, outside chance as well. One of the Silicon Valley guys. I'd really love to see Zach Woods get nominated.
Yeah, he's definitely the best part of that season. It's interesting because I feel like this is probably the year that Silicon Valley will get its most nominations, with Veep not really being there.
Right.
But at the same
HBO
time,
pushing for it.
Yeah, I feel like it's like the least deserving at this point for these nominations.
Heck, I'd love to see Anthony Kerrigan from Barry. No Hank. Outside chance, but that would be awesome because he's really resonated with everyone who watched Barry, and that's like the kind of lesser known actor who's been around a little while, but that'd be a great look, versus
definitely
giving it to Alec Baldwin again.
Yeah, I hope that doesn't happen, but I mean, they love to give SNL some love. What other categories are you looking at in terms of places where you want people to get in, or you hope someone doesn't win or doesn't get a nomination?
Yeah, I mean, I think comedy actress is, again, a little boring. Like Rachel Brosnahan, it's probably the favorite. She'll be there. Tracy Ellis Ross from Blackish, Allison Janney from Mom, Allison Brie from Glow. That's all pretty safe, right? But that last spot, like, I'd love to see Issa Rae from Insecure get there, because again, this is without Julia Louis-Dreyfus automatically getting a spot. So someone else gets to actually win for someone else gets to actually win for once. Last year, Thrones wasn't in the mix. This year, it's Veep. So that's kind of what I like most when like shows are out of the loop, is just someone else getting a chance. When there's that category that just you already know who's going to win usually.
Yeah, definitely. I'm kind of looking at like a similar thing for outstanding lead actress in a series. Elizabeth Moss is there, but I would really love to see Kerry Russell get some shine. I mean, The Americans has been kind of getting like the Mad Men treatment, where they were going up against Breaking Bad every year, so they weren't really winning anything.
Right.
But it's so deserving of getting some recognition, and especially Kerry Russell. I mean, Matthew Rhys is great in that show, but Kerry Russell, I feel like, was really the heart and soul for the last like couple seasons. And she just got announced to be in a Star Wars movie coming up, which is
in talks for episode 9, which is exciting for sure. Good look for her. But I mean, stack win, because Elizabeth Moss won last year. Claire Foy for The Crown, very popular, and Evan Rachel Wood is assumingly get the HBO push for Westworld. And then I think the critics' choice would be Sandra Oh from Killing Eve, a show we haven't watched yet, but gets total acclaim. And heck, Thrones is back, so Amelia Clarke, Lena Headey, one of them, if not both, are probably there.
Viola Davis for How to Get Away with Murder.
How to Get Away with Murder.
It's a crazy category. I mean, you can get 7 nominations for outstanding drama. What would you want to see in that category? I mean, I think we pretty much know Handmaid's Tale is going to be in there, Game of Thrones is going to be in there, This Is Us, The Americans. But I think after that, it's kind of wide open.
Yeah, I think The Crown is a safe bet as well.
Yeah, that's true.
But then, I feel like Stranger Things will get nominated again, but I don't think it should. I'd much prefer like a Mindhunter in there. Americans, like you said.
The Deuce.
Mr. Robot. I think Mr. Robot season 3 is deserving.
Yeah.
Legion season 2 probably not as much given the competition. That's the thing about The Deuce. The Deuce is coming back for a second season, but was it considered a limited series? We don't know that yet, right? The Deuce. I would love to see The Deuce get nominated. I think that's very deserving. I think Maggie Gyllenhaal has stiff competition for drama actress or supporting actress, but she's very deserving as well. It's weird how like they categorize limited series now, because Big Little Lies cleaned up last year as a limited series and then got a season 2, and then Fargo and American Horror Story, they're anthology shows that have future seasons, but because they're anthologies, they get away with it. It's again the category fraud stuff. So, I mean, when you go to the TV movie category where like Black Mirror episodes get nominated, and now we're going to go up against The Tale, which was just a straight up movie that HBO bought and made a TV movie. And Laura Dern's going to fucking win that, no doubt. So, on a limited series front, though, I really want Twin Peaks: The Return from last year on Showtime. to get
That'd be
nominated. I
great.
think Kyle MacLachlan deserves it, and then the show itself, because in the limited series, Boat I think has a great chance. But also for TV movie, like, is Paterno going to get nominated? Fahrenheit 451? Don't know if we need those.
I know
But
they're
a
going
lot
to
of
get
stuff to look out for.
Yeah, they're gonna get like I don't know, just to fill out the category nominations. It's gonna be HBO's gonna be like, we had 3 movies, TV movies.
Yeah.
Nominations. Like, did you though? Any other categories that you're looking at, or anyone else?
One other thing I was thinking about, Bill Hader, like we said for Barry, he's probably getting nominated for comedy actor against Don Glover and Anthony Anderson, and I guess Larry David will be in the mix as well. Curb season was season 9. I don't think anyone's that enthusiastic about it, but it'll probably get some attention. And even Godless last year, the Netflix miniseries, Jeff Daniels will probably get nominated for that limited series Boat. So, and we've read the Good Place. I don't think some of the odds makers on Gold Derby didn't have The Good Place in the mix, but I mean, I feel like that sounds like a lock in terms of the comedy front. That's one of the most popular and well-received comedies we have.
Yeah. It'll be interesting. I mean, there's so much good TV. I mean, I know we're kind of in like the post phase of peak TV, but it's still pretty peak. I mean, last year we didn't have Thrones present. This year we don't have Veep present, but it's almost kind of nice because you get to give these other ones some shine. I think the only other thing I wanted to shout out before we wrap up is I really hope Mindhunter gets some love.
Yeah.
Here, I mean, I know it's probably one of the least watched shows out of the ones that will be nominated. I mean, it's on Netflix, not cable, but I think I hope for at least one of the episodes. I mean, especially the last one. I think. I can't remember the lead's name.
This just reminds me of when HBO put all their cards behind Westworld season 1 and said the leftovers, and now Netflix is gonna pick Stranger Things over Mindhunter because it's a more popular show. Sounds like a show that's going to get the shaft, unfortunately.
Yeah, it's too bad. I mean, we didn't even talk about like Billions, which has a lot of love. We didn't talk about J.K. Simmons for Counterpart, which was a huge show beginning of the year.
I think at least J.K. will get nominated for sure.
It's a stat category. I mean, that probably means Liev Schreiber's not getting nominated for Ray Donovan, which always...
That's okay. We're good with that.
I mean, it's okay, but he always gets in there somehow. So, also, there's been a lot of talk about the kid from The Good Doctor, Freddie Highmore, getting a nomination. I'm like, man.
I mean, see, I feel like broadcast, you have This Is Us actually winning awards, and The Good Place deserving of said awards. We don't need to give another populist award to The Good Place. Pick the critical shows. It's okay.
Yeah, I agree.
But people like that show.
Tweet at us with your hopes for Emmy noms at Nowstalgia Pod on Twitter, at Martin Swagger, and at She New World Peace. We'll be probably giving some reactions as they come out on Thursday, and we'll definitely be talking about it next
Thursday or Wednesday. I forget.
It comes out the 12th.
Okay.
So that's cool. Thursday.